Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So today we are going to take a look at the Toon Shaded Hope Chroma Material. So let's get this party started. It is an official Superman material that's been added to the game. So as you can see, it works really well to recreate our friend Superman. Yes, sadly we have to use the Tempest region, not the chest piece. And for the belt, we have to use the Stalwart Defender belt, but overall, it works really well to recreate our friend Superman. Sadly, if you try to use the Astro Slimline, in theory it would kind of work, but we end up with a big yellow thing around the neck of the character. And sadly for the Stalwart Defender style, the Stalwart Defender supports 3 colors, so you can see it creates a bit of a mess if we use the material. Although if you don't want to have the edge of the boots yellow, then you might decide to use the Stalwart Defender boots for our Superman character. And for the back piece, normally the House of L 2019 is color locked, but with the material we can get the proper colors for the back piece. Although we can still use also the House of L Warsuit if we want to. Now there is some highlight on the costume, but for a big piece of the costume like the cape, it can sort of look like plastic because of the highlights. So as I mentioned, if you try to use mostly the Stalwart Defender style, it does create a mess of a look. I guess you could use it with the Fallen God style, but the colors are a bit of a mess. And what about the House of L jacket? I can already hear you guys ask how does it look with the House of L jacket. So here you can see what the jacket looks like without the material. So with the Chroma 1, you can see the jacket is mostly blue. With the Chroma 2, it's exactly the same thing as if the jacket didn't have the material. There's a bit of the shiny effects added to the chest piece, and that's pretty much the only difference. And for the Chroma 3, the jacket is mostly yellow. So unless you have some sort of a mustard fetish, I don't think anyone would use that. So let us take a look at the Hope Chroma 1. And yes, it does mess up the hairstyle, somehow it turns the hair white. That doesn't really matter. And you can see I was already using mostly the Chroma 1. So let's take a look at Hope Chroma 2. If you were hoping to recreate your friend Monel, you're probably not doing the happy dance right now because the color of the shorts are all wrong. And Hope Chroma 3. Sadly, to get the blue shorts for Monel, you end up with the legs being yellow, so sadly it doesn't work any way you slice it. Although a fun surprise, it works really well to recreate our friend the Flash if we use the scuba chest piece. Without the scuba chest piece, you have to do a bit of compromise, and you end up with some blue on the costume. Sadly, it doesn't work with the Fuji Nut style. You end up with a whole bunch of yellow around the neck, and it does clip in a weird way. And pretty much the same with the Astro Slimline. And sadly, it doesn't really work with the Speed Force style. You end up with a bit of blue all over the place. Oh well. And I can already hear you ask, where can we get the material? It comes from the new booster bundle. So if we take a look at the bundle, you can see the Toon Shaded Hope Chroma Pack. Sadly, bad news is that it is an exotic item, so you have only 20% chances to get an exotic item, and seeing how there are 5 exotic items, the odds of getting the 1 exotic item you want are pretty slim. If we divide 20% by 5, gives you roughly 4% chances to get the material you want. Also, if you've been meaning to purchase the booster bundle, I should probably do it this week because this week there's a 20% off sale. The other option to be able to get the material would be from the broker. So here you can see it starts at 93 million, goes down to 74 million. Sadly, it's one of the more expensive Toon Shaded Chroma material. And I have to give my usual broker warning, prices on the broker changes all the time. So these are the prices on the broker right now. Tomorrow, next week, next month, and later tonight, the prices could be different. So there we go guys, so we have an official Superman material in the game. Sadly, it is going to be available for a limited time. Now I can already hear you ask, Multiverse, how long will the booster bundle be available? I just saw the announcement by our friend Volterra, so it would seem that the booster bundle will be available until September 1st, 2025. But again, this week the booster bundle is 20% off. So if you've been meaning to purchase some booster bundle, this week would be the time to do that.